problem and definition. Some of the things we discussed yesterday in the yesterday's class, and the same video after editing is available on my YouTube channel. If you find time, you can visit and listen this, or you can download from there. Okay, so now the next thing is about the problem definition efforts result in statement of question in research objectives. Now, in the research, please, Panju, please keep your this mic off. I'm getting some voice from you people. Okay, now it's okay. Oh, please keep your microphone off. Thank you. So now in this one, the two things are there. One is a research question and the research objectives. So these are the add clarity. When you are writing these two, they are going to add the clarity in your research undertaking. Research means the research thesis, research effort, whatever you want, research which you want to carry out. These research questions and objectives, they are going to add a variety or clarity. After adding these two ones, your research become clear. That means what you want to do. Before this one, somewhat it may be ambiguous, but after adding these two one, it becomes much more clear. Now that means that the path is clear, that what you want to do in the future. And that's why the researcher should be as specific as possible on when you are answered with the aid of the hypothesis. So now when you're going to develop the hypothesis, then the researcher should be specific, and most probably the hypothesis should be drawn from your research questions and the research objective. That means that there should be the close relationship between the relevancy between your research objective and hypothesis, or between your research question and the hypothesis. So normally in the research, we are going to draw the hypothesis from the theory. We are not allowed logically to make our own hypothesis. Okay, whatever comes in your mind, we go and draw a hypothesis. It's not means the logically acceptable. Logically, it's not right, but we have to may draw our hypothesis from the theory, or from our research questions, or from our research objectives. And then research questions and hypotheses. Like the research objectives explain the purpose of research in the measurable terms and define the standards of what research should accomplish. Now it means that it is going to explain the purpose. So now research questions, basically they are giving you the reason to carry out the research. Why we are going to carry out the research? Because we are trying to find out the answers of our research questions, or we are going to accomplish research objectives. So in this one, it should be in a measurable, in the measurable terms. So that's very important. Like yesterday we discussed about that your research objective should be smart objective, should not be like the vague. Means smart, you know about these things. All these things should be given in your research objective. Then we can say that your research objectives are now these are the clear, and these are the attainable, all these things. And defining the okay, such objective indicate the information needed by the manager and by a manager to make a decision. Because how the manager will decide, definitely manager will decide when you are providing the, or when you are accomplishing research objective. So now the research objectives, that means whatever the stuff which you provided, then these research objective will help your manager to make a decision. Further, if you want to know, then the exhibit there, you can go through this one. And in this one, for example, this is a table which was in this one, basically the problem or question. The first problem is that should the ordination of outplacement. Now the outplacement, what is outplacement? We should understand the outplacement. Like Here I have opened the Investopedia website. I think it's a wonderful for the students of the business, for the students of the economics, for the students of the commerce and public administration. Now see here, the different things are given, like the in this one now the terms have been discussed under microeconomics, macroeconomics, and behavioral economics. So I think this is a wonderful website, and mostly you should refer this website in order to know the different type of the terms have been discussed over there. Like in the end of the every book, you are finding the terminology where the technical terms have been defined, let me say in the few lines. So now it's the same. This is also like a glossary for you. So if the, any term which you are unable to find out somewhere, probably you may find the same word over here, like the one word outplacement. So now sometimes outplacement we do not know what it is. So now outplacement is a any service that assists departing employees. Departing employees, these are those employees who are leaving your organization with obtaining a new job or to start a new career. So now here the service you can provide to your departing are the employees who are leaving your organization, that how they can get a new job in some other organization, or sometimes the employees they want to start entirely a new career, like the some employees after leaving their corporate job they may prefer to become entrepreneur. So now how to become entrepreneur, definitely these people are new in the entrepreneurship, and they may need some type of the suggestions from the somewhere. So now the organization may provide some services like the consultation to that employee who is leaving you, that how he or she become entrepreneur. So this is like the example of the outplacement when the one person is leaving your organization. And then another thing is, okay, uh, in this one, should organization offer outplacement? Now, this is the problem which organization is facing. That means that probably there may be the high turnover in the organization, and the people they are leaving, or some of the people they want to go on the voluntary exit, like voluntary they want to leave the organization, voluntary retirement. So they want to start a new career. This may be the problem with the organization. Now, in this one, the research question and the research objective. The research question The research question is are the managers aware of the outplacement services? The managers who are working in your organization, either they know about the outplacement services, which type of service you should provide, and then how concerned are the manager about the outplacement services. That means the manager, either they are aware, if they are aware, then how much they are concerned, how much they are anxious to provide these type of the services to those people who wants to leave your organization because of any reason. These are the two research questions are there. Research objective is like here in the research question, normally we have to put the mark of the question mark here. So now see the question mark is given here. In all these ones you'll find the question marks. So because we are asking a set question, such objective, to determine the manager's awareness using immediate recall. So now here, that means we have to measure up to what level our managers they are aware about these type of the service. Now see, there is a close relation between these the problem or the question, research question, and the research objective. In the same way, you have to create a close relation among these three things. Another one, the how concerned are the manager about the to measure the manager's satisfaction with existing personnel policies. Now, among these three ones, there's a close relation. One is going to is really highly relevant with another one. So when you're going to develop a research question, and as well as when you're going to develop the research objective, these must have a certain direct relation or the relevancy with your problem. So then the things will be done. So now the remaining different examples are given here. You may go through these examples. Okay. Now, the pricing turbulence. A heavy equipment distributor sought out the research because it believed that there was opportunity to increase the revenues by raising the price. So now you can increase by, if you go to raise the prices of your product or the prices of your services, then your revenue can be increased. So now this in this one, for example, after several weeks of discussion, interviews, and the proposal reviews, they settle on the decision question that asks that in what ways could revenue be increased by altering price policies across the customer. That means what are the different methods or the techniques are there through which you can increase the price, you can change the price. Altering means changing the price across all the customers. Research projects were conducted that offered the following deliverables. Now they conducted research and the research project, and the research project provided us for certain guidelines, like they demonstrate how much customer characteristic, environmental characteristics influence the price elasticity. If you are going to increase the price, then the how, in what manner your environmental characteristics they affect, and the consumer characteristics they affect. The consumers, your the people who are buying your product are buying your services, and environment characteristics. For example, entry of competitor, some people have the low purchasing power, some people may leave you. So these are the certain environmental characteristics. Both you have to keep in your mind. This leads several hypotheses. Now here we are going to develop the one hypothesis. For example, the desired delivery time for equipment is negatively related to price sensitivity. Another is about the degree of market prevalence is negatively related to the price sensitivity. Okay, these are the hypotheses. Now see in the relationship between the hypothesis and the problem which the company is facing. So there is a high relevancy between the hypothesis 1 and 2 and the price turbulence. Okay, the research question is also there. Are there market segments that can be identified based on customer desired benefit or environmental? So now here it is another question. Now, if you find, if you go through this one, you'll find a close relationship at the relevancy between the price turbulence and the hypothesis, and between pricing turbulence and the research question. Okay, another thing is about the research proposal, because when we are going to solve a problem, definitely we can solve a problem with the help of certain research proposal. Now, what is research proposal? Research proposal is a written statement of the research design. So the problem is in your mind, and then you are making a strategy how to solve this problem. In other terms, the strategy which you are designing to solve your problem, it is called a research proposal. Research proposal can be oral and can be written, but most of the time it is written and include an explanation of the research study's purpose and the problem definition. Where what you are doing over there in the research proposal, that you are going to define the problem, what is actually problem which you want to research, which you want to investigate, as well as what are your purposes are there, and then outline the research methodology that the problem is there. So once you have defined the problem, you have set out your purposes. The next thing is that how you can solve this problem. So you are required to design a research methodology that in order to solve this problem, or in order to accomplish the purposes of your study, and procedure that will be utilized throughout there. Okay, include information on cost and deadlines. These are the two important things is there. You know that there is no free lunch so in the world. So if you want to carry out one research, okay, this research also needs some cost. The cost, like in terms of the money, in terms of the time, in terms of the effort, you need a certain cost, and the deadlines. Definitely, every project has a certain deadlines. If there is no deadline, that means there is no any project. It is an ongoing, a lifetime project. So definitely, research is not lifetime. This type of the work. It has certain deadlines are there. Now the time may be 1 year, 1 month, 2 years. It depends upon the agreement between you and your client. Research proposal must be specific and clear as possible about what is to be achieved and how it is to achieve. So now it should be specific to the point, and the two things are important here in this one. The first thing is the what to be achieved, what you want to achieve, and how you want to achieve. These two things are there. So these two things you have to define over there. What you want to achieve, you can tell out when you are designing the purpose or objective and the research questions in your research proposal, and how to achieve when you are going to design the research methodology and the procedures. In this way, you can find out the that means that these two things. Questionnaire and the supporting document should be attached for the reference. Questionnaire, normally you have to design the questionnaire because in order to collect the data, we need certain questionnaire. And we also require to add the supporting documents with your research proposal. Some documents may be required because some organizations, government organizations are there. They need first their permission to conduct one research study. Local government, federal government, provincial government, certain other institutes are there. You may be required to get the permission prior starting your research proposal. And you may be required to attach all those documents with your research proposal. And then you will be able to start your. Now here, I'm showing you one example of the proposal. Writing a research proposal. Let me say what should include your research proposal. In this one, the purpose of this handout is not to teach you how to design research, but rather it helps you translate your research plan into the effective research proposal. In this one, now the essential areas of the research proposal. What are different areas which should be included in your proposal normally? I'm using the word normally, but in a special case, some may be included or some may not be included. It depends on your project. But generally or normally, these are the certain important parts of your research proposal. And the first one is the title. Obviously, it is very important. Without the title, no one knows then what you want to do. So the title is very important. For example, any research paper which you want to open, you find a certain the title of that one. So first, the title is very important to provide it to you. Then abstract. Abstract is another one. It's like the highlights. For example, instead of watching a cricket cricket test match for the 5 days, it is to better to watch their highlights within the 2 or 3 hours. So in this way, you can save your time, you can save your money, these both one. So the abstract is like a highlight of your whole project. Now, the one technical thing you must keep in your mind that when you are going to write down the abstract, it must be written at the end of your research. When you have completed your whole research, after that one, you should write down the abstract. When all the things are available, then you can. For example, when the test match of the 5 days has been completed, then you can draw a certain important clips from the these 5 days match, and then you can make a one movie, and then you can share on the media on the different type of the sources to the people who can watch. Study problem, definitely you are required to provide study problem is there, what the problem which you are going to investigate, and the reason why you want to carry out this project, what is the importance of this one, and how this project will contribute for the betterment of your company. And then literature review. Literature review is that means where you are going to review the literature which is already available on that topic. They definitely the topic which you want to investigate, this is the new topic. So several people, they have already worked on this one, on this topic, and now you have to look for that literature and read that literature, and this literature will guide you a lot. And then specific study objective, and then you are required to go through the prepare the research methods and how you will perform this task. How you will perform this task, then you have to do it. Okay, and then after this one, another thing about the specific objective. Then the research methods are there. That means which type of the research method you will apply in your study. Study design, subject, data, how you will collect your data. Again, it's a very technical term, variable, outcome, predictors, co-founders, several things are there which you have to provide in your research proposal. Some you may be required to provide, some you may not be required to provide. It depends on the topic which you want to investigate. Intervention, statistical consider sample size, data analysis, there is a minimum sample size, and which type of the data which we want to apply, a technique which you want to apply to analyze your data. Again, you may be required to provide some names of the softwares with which help you with analyze your data. And ethical considerations are always very much important, because in the last chapter we discussed about the ethics, ethical responsibilities and ethical rights of the subject, researcher, and the company for which you are working. Working plan is and budget is always, it is a part of the integral part of the every research. There is a budget, what of the budget you require, research team, and the dissemination plan. Research team, that means the people which type of the people you want to have with you in this research. And the dissemination plan, that how you will share the results, the results of your research with the other people. So these are the some of the important things are there. So now this is a quite 41-page document is there. If you like, I can share it with you through the WhatsApp, and in your free time you have the complete overview of these whole documents, and I think this will help you a lot in order to understand this subject. Okay, dear. And then again we are coming on to our okay. So now another thing is about a note on the exploratory research. Some important things, something which we want to discuss on the exploratory research, because most of the time when the problem is unknown, when you have the incomplete information, or when the problem is entirely new, then the exploratory research is very much important. For example, COVID-19 is entirely a new virus. If you listen the videos, if you read the news in the newspaper, or you if you watch the news about regarding the COVID on the different TV channels, that most of the experts who in this field, they say it is a new virus. So we do not have the prior information of this virus. So that's why we can't say anything. If like this is a situation, in this situation, exploratory research is an appropriate over there, when nothing is available, but other type of the flu are there. So uh, if the other type of the flu are there, if any flu is going to like the typhoid, so already much more information is available on that one. So in this regard, if the typhoid it has been outbroken in your area, then I think it's not a problem, because the problem is already known. In this regard, the exploratory research would be inappropriate. Exploratory research is a mean for acquiring deeper and hence the more useful understanding of the business and management problem. Exploratory research does not intend to ask the research question. So normally in the exploratory research, you are not finding any research question, because the topic is, because the objective is to find out, to gather more and more information regarding the issue which you are facing. Exploratory research is undertaken when not much is known about the situation, or no information available. The major thing is no information available, then exploratory research is applicable. Exploratory research usually provides qualitative data, not the quantitative data. That's very important. You must keep in mind there's a difference between the qualitative and the quantitative data. So the exploratory research most of the time, so the data is available in the qualitative data is available. Now, qualitative data, for example, you are through the observation. You are a manager, and you are sitting in your office, and then you are observe the behavior of your people, your employees, with the customer. For example, if you are branch manager, and just you observe the behavior of your staff member with the customer who are coming there. So now in this way, you are collecting some data. regarding the behavior of person A, B, C, D, whatever. How quickly they are satisfying their customers. So all their behavior, their communication skills, their language, their typing skills, their computer skills. So all these are there. You can after that one you can keep in mind and then you can share. This is called the qualitative data. And sometimes you can also conduct some interviews of your staff member regarding how they are servicing, how they are rendering their service to the customer. Sometimes you may also request a customer to have an interview with you, and you can ask from your customer about the services which are being provided by your staff member. This is the qualitative data. Quantitative data is like the data in terms of the numbers. And so in other terms, we also call about like the data which you are going to collect on the Likert scale. Likert scale, you know about the 3-point Likert scale: agree, neutral, and disagree. 5-point Likert scale is strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. Then 7-point Likert scale or 9-point Likert scale are so any data which you are going to collect with the help of on the Likert scale. This is called the quantitative data. Or in terms of the numbers, this is called the your qualitative data. So now there is by following the in the qualitative data, if you want to analyze the qualitative data, then in vivo software is good for this purpose, for the qualitative data. And but when you want to quantitative data, then the SPSS and some other softwares are there. I will provide you some of the detail on the other